So this is supposed to be Masterminds session 101 or bio 101. There's a possibility that Sean forgot because of this whole Easter thing, Good Friday. So yesterday I spent the whole time thinking that Thursday was Friday or yesterday was Friday. And this morning I was thinking today was Saturday until my mastermind notification went off. So we'll see. In the meantime, I'll just continue to write some code. I need to write an integration test for submitting an application, which I feel like I should have already. You hear me?
Hey, how's it going?
I'm alright. Hey, GZB. I guess I could turn off my Viking drums,
Huh.
and I guess I can stop sharing.
Hey, GZB.
Hi.
How's it going?
I thought yesterday was Friday, and I thought today was Saturday morning. How about you?
I think earlier in the week I thought it was Wednesday when it was actually Tuesday, but otherwise my days are normal. Yeah.
The stock market's been like molesting me. No matter what decision I make, it goes the opposite direction, man. I'm trying really hard to manage my emotions and not just repeat what I did several years ago and just go all in on a very emotional decision and lose that too. But I've been bleeding money for like the past 2 weeks. So
Hmm. I only have I think like $400 now in my Robinhood account, but I think 30 of that I made off of Charge Point earlier this week, so that was
what's
pretty good.
what's charge point?
They're like a EV provider. I caught a tip on Wall Street Bets, where someone said that because of the infrastructure thing, EV was gonna pop, and they were going in on Charge Point, and sure enough, the thing rose like I don't know, 20% or 30%, or I don't remember what it was, but ended up being my biggest gain so far. I just got
Oh,
to get into real money, I guess.
Oh, it's all gambling.
Yeah, I
What?
know. It's kind
What's
of fun though.
YOLO's acronym for what?
You only live once.
Uh, I've been going back and forth between GME and AMC. Um, and then I've been doing like electric vehicle stocks. And it's like one of these stocks was up 7% pre-market. And I'm like, oh, okay. Let me throw some massive amounts of money on this, right? Because I mean, everybody agrees that, especially with China, like I think it was like by 2030 or 2035, they want 100% of their vehicles on the road to be electric. Meaning, no. Well, let me correct that. They don't want any of their vehicles on the road being combustible engines, right? So I'm like, okay, it's up 7% pre-market. Let me put a massive amount of money on that. Market opens, it drops to 1%. After I bought, after I bought in while it was 7% up, then it immediately like dives. So I'm like, well, how? And I'm looking at the indexes or indices, whatever the is it indexes or indices,
I don't know. And
whatever the grammar is. I'm looking at that, and that's still like normal. It doesn't suggest that the market's crashing. The stock like completely lied to me, like, and so uh, I'm going for short term GZB. I've been day trading for like the past month, and I was doing well, and then like the Nasdaq just started taking a nosedive, and I've been trying to recoup to just break even, and it's just getting worse. Short term, I put in massive amounts of money on Nokia, and then that lost like 15%. And I'm like, how did it lose to 50? It's already at the bottom. Like, and like, I don't know. I did my research and everything, and it's like no matter what I do, the market goes the opposite direction. So
I dumped my Nokia yesterday.
yeah.
I only gained like a dollar or something off of them. So
Hey, Anna
um,
Claire.
the gosh, what was it though? Oh, I have a bunch into Dogecoin. Not a bunch, just like $60. And then Elon Musk yesterday tweeted out that he wants to put a Dogecoin on the moon. And I woke up and it was like up. I was like I had $8 on it or something like that. So it's like, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
just waiting for my 1,200 Dogecoin to go to $1,000 a coin, and then I can retire.
I don't think Dogecoin actually solves any technical problem or business problem, does it?
Well, I think was it the Mavericks? They're starting to accept Dogecoin as a currency payment. There's talk that Dogecoin might be because it's um I guess it's friendlier. It might be a good way to bring people into using cryptocurrencies as a currency in general. Plus, it's not like unlike it's more like Litecoin, unlike Bitcoin, where there's a limited number of coins.
Yeah.
Dogecoin, there will always be more, which makes it more like a standard currency because you can just print more over time or make more if you want more, which means it'll go down. But that's kind of what it does. I don't know. We'll see. I'm just hoping it skyrockets randomly, and then I can cash out, and then it just goes to whatever. But I'm bullish on Viacom right now, hoping that goes after its huge dip goes up. I got some shares into actually a lot into Unity software. Um,
What's that?
that's Unity's a software that it's a game making software. I haven't done much research on it, so it could be a bad bet, but it seems like it's in a slump, and it's pretty valuable software. So I can't imagine that their stock should go down more.
Mm. Uh,
I'm just
did you
waiting for
hear?
Microsoft to buy it, and then it'll jump up.
Did you hear
One day
about
Microsoft will buy it.
Did you hear about Azure going down?
No,
That was an April Fool's joke, but
no.
it looks like it went down yesterday evening.
For real, it went down.
It appears it hit more than one news outlet. It went down like around 5:30,
Hmm.
which is not good if you market yourself to be the five nines.
Well, yeah. I guess it would be if it never went down. It wouldn't be 5 nines. Would it be? It would be 5 10s, or I don't know what you would call it then.
So, um, yeah, that's about it. Is there any more comments in here? I don't want to be rude.
No.
Okay. In other news, I've been. Let me be nice and say, yeah. In other news, I've been putting in a lot of hours on this payroll thing still. I got to write an integration test from start to finish that creates creates an account, meaning that not only are am I creating a courier account, but within a courier account, I'm creating a payroll account for that courier, and then and that account only gets created after they submit an application to be a courier. And as an admin, I approve it. Approve results in the creation of the payroll account for them, and then they do a delivery and they do a cash out, and then all this verification ceremony occurs. And I've been hitting the Stripe API, and I'm just trying to get it to within the test environment successfully deposit funds into their external bank account, hence Bank of America or Chase Bank or something like that. So that's what I've been working on for like the past maybe 3 business days.
How's it going then with it?
It's just tedious. It's the same. It's the same thing. Like the more code I write, the more infrastructure I have to write. And with that infrastructure that I write, the more code I have to write. And it's just, I feel like it just doesn't stop.
What
Like
are you? You're on C. You doing C sharp?
the Azure function, the endpoint is exposed in C sharp,
Hmm.
but everything else that it depends on is is F sharp. So it's a C sharp client, the Azure functions, and then the actual implementation details are in F sharp. So yeah, all this stuff.
Oof. I'm tired today.
I ordered some groceries. I'm on lockdown. I'm in Canada right now, and so I registered a Instacart account, which was pretty straightforward. I was surprised how the least amount of time that it took to get an account and to order something. And I mean, I don't really mess around with those instant gratification apps, but the user experience really isn't too far off from what I built already. So, I mean, at least in my opinion. I mean, their UI is cleaner, obviously, but like in regards to like the workflow and the status updates or status relays, like I feel like my stuff is pretty much on track or very similar to theirs in regards to workflow. So it made me feel a little bit better about myself. What am I missing on here? Oh, you ever use Uber Eats or Instacart or anything like that?
We use DoorDash. Um, there's a Food Dudes is one of the ones that's kind of more local around here, I think. I think my wife uses Instacart occasionally, but she'll use like Walmart and Target grocery pickup, and um, it's all sorts of random other ones. Uh, Aldi's pickup, and yeah, the pickup ones are pretty sweet. Um, In-store pickup ones.
Well, how much is the service charge for that compared to the delivery?
I don't think there is a service charge, because most of them will just go and well, yeah. As far as I know, there's not a charge. Um, like Walmart, you just buy it, and then you go there. You like park in a special stall, and then open up the back, and then they come in and drop it in, and you're off to the races. You could maybe you should switch this up to be something where you sell it as a service for in-store pickup, or for whatever, for people that don't have that a capability.
So one more time, maybe I should do what?
Do just sell it as a service for in-store pickup, and just get rid of the courier part.
Uh,
Augment it.
that's a possibility, but if anything, that'll just be another service. I'm not the because like the overall vision is to license out the software as what is it called, SaaS.
Hmm.
So Odie's supposedly working on the web app for the multi-tenant part. Supposed to be getting with them sometime this weekend. I admit I'll be surprised if I think I've said this before, but I'll be surprised if life doesn't intervene with him working on this.
Yeah, that tends to happen. Odie's a machine, though, so
He's a machine, but I mean, I think most extremely bright people that demonstrate highly motivated behavior, they tend to care about their own babies and they want to spearhead their own projects. So, hence my doubts in him working on something that I asked him if he would be interested in. That's not something that he could call his own baby. What am I doing? Oh yeah, I added a try catch block to this. Yeah, man, I think I've been working on this for 2 years now. What
yeah, it's a
April
long time.
April 6th is coming up soon.
Yeah, has it been only 2 years?
I started on April 6th because I remember the conversation that spawned me to begin work on it while I was at the beach. And so almost 2 years later, these are the core ones, but I probably have like five more services in addition to these that aren't showing up on my pinned. I got another acquaintance. I think I've mentioned him a couple times. He's been working on this homeschool
Oh yeah.
thing, and one of the components is compliance. And he, unlike me, he puts in like 10 hours every single day, like minimum, maybe with the exception of like Sundays. And he's been doing that for like, well, he's been doing those hours probably for the past year, but he's been working on his project for about 3 years. And so he's finally wrapping up with it. And he's kind of been like motivation for me. So I mean, I'll like I'll I'll call him. He's like, can't talk. I'm working. Like that's how serious he is.
And
And
he's got sales though, or not?
n- no, he hasn't deployed it yet. But he what's interesting, he's targeting like the Christian
Hmm.
demographic. He's targeting Christians, since he believes that they tend to, or hard, I don't know what you call a hardcore Christian or devout. Maybe you call them devouts, but during they tend to resonate more with homeschooling than than other folks. And then I think that COVID was a blessing in disguise for what he's building. Only thing is he didn't finish it before COVID. But so his tools are. Let me see if I got any. If someone posted any comments that I need to respond to. Nope. So his main tools are uh, Mongo that he's using for like cloud services, and then he's using this. I don't know if you call it a CRM. Have you heard of Zoho?
No.
I was hired once to work on the Zoho, and I quit the same day. You spell Zoho? Yeah. And so
Is
he's
this
using
CRM?
Zoho as a CRM, and he speaks pretty highly of that as well. So he's spending a lot of his time using all these vendor integration components,
Hmm.
and then he's also spending a lot of time hiring and firing people to do his website. And he's gone through so many people, and he complains about the demographics of people that call him and say that they could do it for him, and then he'll pay them like $50 to do one page, and he doesn't like it or whatever. Or he'll see a portfolio that he said, yeah, this is the pattern or the style that I want my stuff to look like. And so he'll he'll hit them up. They'll give him a package, and then what they deliver to him looks nothing like the template that they advertise on their portfolio. And it turns out that they'll send their junior developers to build it out for them, who don't have the same skill set or skill maturity as what's on their portfolio that's done by one of their senior members. And so he's been just pulling out his hair trying to get what he wants, and having a hard time finding the people to do it for him. He's hired a Nigerian and a Pakistani for the back end to add features, and then he kind of ran out of money, so he couldn't pay them anymore. But he's been serious about it.
Hmm. Yeah.
Their stuff is nice. I like the little transitions. Yeah, I hate web development. You finish your workbench yet?
My table? No.
Okay.
No, that'll probably be a project that's never done. So I have a lot of cool ideas for projects that actually just revolve around um, like the place I work. They've got like a open API type, not an open API. You have to get an API key or whatever, but they have that kind of stuff. So I'm actually interested in building out tools just for fun, because there's a lot that could be done with it, but nothing specific. I got Ludum Dare coming up in 2-3 weeks here, so
Are you
looking forward
mentally
to that.
prepared for it?
I think more than I am. Well, I have. I'm not prepared for it, but I'm more in a better mental state now than I was last time. last time I like set out to do it for the weekend, and I just didn't do it at all. Like I got stuck and basically just gave up because my head space just wasn't in it. But I think I'm in a better space right now.
What are you gonna build?
I don't know. It depends on the game, the theme or whatever. Gosh, I really like the double quoting names for functions thing. It's so much cleaner than putting underscores under.
Yeah, it's something that people don't realize. Like, because you're talking about, hold up, you're talking about this, right?
Well, yeah, either putting underscores or
What is
just
that called? A
camel
camel
casing it.
case? Oh, what do you call it with underscores? Does it have a formal name?
Uh, Probably. I know that if it's hyphens or whatever, it's called kebab case. Um,
That makes sense.
oh, snake case. Yeah, it's snake case.
Yeah, it's weird, um, because I kind of thought that having underscores intertwined in your test name was normal until F sharp. And what's even more of a paradox is like the fact that it's still to this day, and you can debate with me on it, but based on my experience, it's still to this day, 2021, that I rarely see automated tests for a product or a service when I'm gainfully employed. Meaning that I walk into a shop and they already have their regression suite. So I don't know. But yeah, I agree. What am I trying to do here?
So you can basically name any variable with the quoting like that. Is that is that
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So you could just be like
I could
let
say let
double backtick, you
my
know,
neck
equals like a string value. Oh
equal
yeah.
one.
Oh nice.
I mean, I, outside of uh, function names, like I'm not sure if there's really a huge payoff for doing this.
Yeah, but I mean the function names are enough. It's basically there's a flexible bit there that if it makes sense you can use it. So
I mean, one can, I don't know, it may be interesting if someone wrote a library that was Gherkin like driven or inspired. So they say, given uh, a created account, and then you have that equal to, I don't know, something. And then you have another function called when, hold up, go back. You have another function called when a courier, I don't know, receives, can't spell and talk at the same time. What the? Hold up. When a courier receives request, and then whatever that might be. What I did a out of order thing. And then you can say let. I don't know what the other phrase is. Is it just then?
then yeah, then
Then
given when then.
customer receives status update. Um, and all these unit values can be updated with maybe functions to alias this descriptive thing. I don't know. I'm just saying maybe that could be a valid example of when these actually can be preferred outside of just test methods.
Yeah. Um, what about like like enums or using it for like enum type things? Um, where you actually want to have like the where the string value of the enum actually matters. I suppose you could do like a like I could imagine in C sharp that would be really slick if you could do this. Where then like if you have a description for an enum value, like it's
Enum or discriminated union, or it doesn't matter.
well, I'm thinking in C sharp terms, but it might be either here. But like, I don't know if you've ever had something where you've got like an enum of different values and you give it like a name, but really you care about like some string value that might even be multi-word related to it. So you've got like, you know, I don't know, gold star member or something like that as text or whatever. So you have gold star, then you have like a description above it, or you might have like a lookup table that gives you the text value based off that. And there's other ways you can structure that, but to achieve the same thing. But um, yeah, but like if one of your states were like started and running or something like that, you could do started space and running or something like that. I don't know. I don't really know about what the use case for engine would be, but I'm just
Yeah.
imagining like you could do that, and then if you actually wanted to get the you could essentially do the name of the function as the or the value or the sorry the name of the identifier as the actual string value that you want to output, which is kind of
Yeah.
neat.
Yeah. I mean, I'm curious when someone successfully puts out something that seems better using this compared to the other form. Like I've dabbled around with it, but nothing really like resonated with my mind that I said, yeah, I'm going to use this convention. Not to say that stuff doesn't exist. I just haven't found that example or that use case.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty much I think it would be anytime you have an identifier that you want to read as a sequence of words that actually has that value as a sequence of words, right? So test case that like your test names are exactly that. It's a function, it's an identifier, but it actually you want to write a sentence to describe what that identifier is. Like I said, I mean obviously these make sense, but I think like a list of enumerated values that are like that have both like that are an enumerated value, um, but also have a like string value attached to it would make sense. So like if you wanted a list of error or an enum of different specific error responses, um, instead of having like not found, okay, like HTTP status, for instance, like if you wanted to create like a enum of HTTP statuses and have one actually be like not found with a space in it so that, you know, or resource not found with a space in it, you could set that equal to 404. But then the name of it actually also indicates like could be used for like the actual text response that goes with it. So you kill two birds without having to, you know, I don't know. It might be ugly as sin though to actually use it in code though that way. So
Um, I think maybe an example could be. All right, first of all, let me undo a lot of this. So I used to work in in the control system industry. So and I used to write automated scripts that would take their flagship software product and it would behave as a user and it would like exercise the user interface and touch things and or click things and select things and all that other stuff. And so as a maybe this stuff can work if the script is designed for non-programmers. Instead, it's designed for testers that are kind of technical, right? And so what I mean is there's a scenario where there's some technical testers that aren't software engineers, but there's an API that's exposed that's Gherkin like, in which they can just um, expose these function names as sentences when they write out their test scripts, and then they could assign values to what they want to assert on. You kind of follow what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, I think so.
Uh, sounds like no.
No, no, I get it because
Okay.
there's a lot of. I mean, isn't there? I mean, there's apps that do that or things that do that, but they like you have to use special markup or whatever. No, I think testing just in general, where you're trying to actually write out requirements or descriptions, or anything like specking anything. Um, yeah, I guess it would make sense. So
You would think they would have an example like BDD.
yeah,
They don't have an example. More.
yeah, maybe get. Oh, there it is. Yeah, yeah, stuff like that where it's
See, yeah, the
yeah, you're basically it's the do not you repeat yourself. You got to kind of like repeat yourself in some of those cases. Yeah.
yeah, because right here, because of the what's the word I'm looking for? The lack of support of not being able to write it out like F sharp supports, then they just give it an attribute. So they put an attribute on the function name,
Yeah.
say the space current space total space is, and then somehow the framework is, I guess, able to expose that to a client tester for an acceptance test or whatever.
Yeah. And that's kind of what I was saying is anytime that there's a not anytime, but a lot of times when you're putting like a string inside of a an attribute like that, there might be a case for it. Um, depending on how like if you can use like name of and stuff on it nicely, or can get name and use reflection, I guess. The No, I'm thinking of stuff like if you have a maybe like a display name or something you want on like a yeah, I don't know. That might be bad. And if you're doing like server side um, rendering, yeah, I don't know. I'm so tired. I went to bed late last night, and then I think my son and my dogs woke me up, and I couldn't get to sleep because my mind was racing. So,
About what?
oh, just whatever, but something about just work. Um, Not anything I'm actually working on specifically, but kind of tangential to it. So, like, oh, I wonder how you could restructure this thing to be better.
So it's
So,
still challenging you,
huh? Yeah,
your
yeah,
job?
yeah. The honeymoon gusto period is over in terms of like just being overly, overly just, you know, balls to the wall, I guess, on it. But it's still really good. Yeah. Not not bad or frustrating in any way. So just all positive still.
I'm confused. Someone just asked me if they could have code to an app. Which one is? Oh, e-commerce app Xamarin for.
Oh,
Oh, that's from a year ago. They sent me a comment. I'm gonna reply to them. No. I mean, I've open sourced the Azure Event Store that I wrote. I've open sourced. I feel like I've open sourced Sync Engine, which has nothing to do with this specific project. What did I open source? Let me look at my GitHub. I feel like I open sourced a couple of things from this while everything else is private. Look at this: private, 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 private. Sync Engine's public. Azure Event Store is public. Yeah. Okay. I guess I only open source one code base from this entire exercise. Where's your GitHub at?
oh, you don't want to see my GitHub.
Is it still your internet handle?
S Rakowski. So
Can't spell Rokowski. You Polish. You're Polish, right?
Rako yeah. Well, I'm like an eighth Polish, if really much at all Polish, but around Poland anyways. It's just that's the dominant name through my family tree, male tree. But I'm more like German, Norwegian, and Swedish.
How do you spell Rokowski? Hold up.
Rakowski. There was a guy that I had. His name is Phil Maparalski, and he had a song to spell his last name, and I'll never forget it because he recited it once because it was a hard name to spell. So it was Napieralski.
Why does this look so cryptic?
What I
This
don't see
interface.
what you're seeing, man.
Oh, I'm not sharing my screen.
No.
Oh, oops. Hold up. Oh crap. Hold up. Why does this interface look so?
Oh yeah, none of that's me. Look at. Oh yeah, I don't know if you're on users. I don't know why there's a Rakowski repositories. Anyways, I suppose there's other people named Rakowski, but there's actually a Sean Rakowski that's a gal apparently. So if I Google my name, she comes up kind of like second or something in the list. I put an S in front of that.
This doesn't look like you.
No, I'll put an S in front of it. S Rakowski. So Sean, yeah, Strakovsky. Yeah. I have fantasy consoles that I've never completed.
You got 55 repos.
Yeah, most of it's like Ludum Dare stuff. So it's like a lot of just junk. A lot of dead projects that I never completed. But I don't know.
What's the most recent thing you worked on?
Probably that fantasy console stuff, which I got bored with.
You've done Elm? Hold up. Elm Canvas, whatever that means.
I don't know what that would be. Did I?
4 years ago.
I must have. Oh yeah, I was trying. I might have.
Someone else's stuff.
Yeah, I might have. I might have forked it for some stupid reason. Yeah. Some of that stuff's from classes and stuff that I did. That Electron like VS is probably my most popular repo, I would bet. and literally it's just how to make it look like or if you go back, or go to the oh, that blog post isn't going to work anymore. I should probably clean that up. Somebody got that somebody got that thing after I let it expire, but so it'll go to like a phishing site now. Yeah, don't enter anything there. See, somebody bought the URL after I let it expire, and now they have it going to a phishing site because it was getting traffic from whatever. I updated all my Stack Overflows to go to the correct place, but if you search for was it it's probably, I think it's my top Stack Overflow answer, maybe two, or maybe
Hold
my
up,
top three.
I've never seen this before. So they're trying to get access to your machine.
Oh, probably, yeah. Don't do anything with that.
There's nothing people can do about this. There's no way to report sites that do stuff like this.
I don't know. Like it sucks because I let that lapse because I don't really want to pay for the URL anymore. But anywhere that it
Yeah,
was
you're
linked,
affiliated with it.
yeah, anywhere that's linked now, it's like I'm. But I mean, that's a common thing I think for sites to get hijacked. So when they go stale, um, here I'll share this link with you. That's the that's basically what's in that repo.
Hold on.
I think that's my second most upped answer on Stack Overflow. Surprisingly, my top answer is 137 upvotes for how to close a window in Electron with JavaScript. How I close it. That's so
Wow.
funny. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to be really into Stack Overflow. And then I used to, I wanted to be like a Microsoft MVP, and I gave up on that pretty fast. I wasn't willing to put in the polished articles or just web presence. So I just stopped pursuing it. Oh no, my ego says I don't need Microsoft's validation. Yet I can almost guarantee 12 months from now I'm going to be doing conference talks on Azure and Xamarin and F Sharp. I can guarantee that.
Yeah. That guy did it better, actually. His little like terminal thing that he just didn't include it in code.
How about Lucas Lima? You just do this.
Yeah, I think it was just an incomplete answer. But yeah, my goal with it was to make it look like Visual Studio in some way. Um,
Oh, apparently this is my most popular answer. Someone asked, hold up, code snippets for methods in Visual Studio. That's as much as I can get. 38. 38 votes.
yeah, I just got really early in on the Electron train, so that's where like half my votes come from. So I got like 137 upvotes for Atom Electron, close the window with JavaScript, and then 88 for frameless window with controls in Electron, 23 for native looking UI components for Electron. What's the difference between browser window and whatever? Wait, why is this one not green anymore? Oh, it's probably not the accepted answer, but it's still 21 upvotes. Um, that one probably shouldn't be upvoted anymore.
You
My
know,
my top one that isn't Electron is WPF text blocks target null value not working. 17 upvotes. Yeah.
when was the last time you posted something on Stack Overflow?
Gosh, I don't know. I think I posted. Let me see. Oh, I think can I? Oh, newest here. Wow, June 1st, 2019, at 3:46. The question was, and I put a lot of work into this freaking answer. Um, was mono game C# timer do something for 15 seconds every 3 seconds?
Let me apply to this paid research study for C Sharp developers, mobile or web development. Get $125 for 60 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, why not?
Have people ever reached out to you based on your reputation on Stack Overflow?
Yes. Um, I don't know if it was just Stack Overflow. I got contacted by Manning once for Electron, trading an Electron book.
Oh yeah, I've been contacted before
And
for.
then there was actually, I got a job. Somebody like actually through their job board or whatever reached out on Stack Overflow um, to see if I was interested in a job. So yeah,
You said no.
I wasn't really like the problem is like Stack Overflow doesn't really represent where my skill base is. So like I don't answer C# questions because there's like a bajillion C# people that can answer that better. So
When is this COVID thing gonna be over with?
it's not over yet. I thought the vaccine was going to come out and wipe it out.
Oh, Ontario just announced a 4-week lockdown.
Yeah, I think there's just a spike from people getting more confident that it's not really a big deal anymore. So government's going to come in and shut everything down again. No, I think this summer will probably like between the vaccination effort and then just summer people are getting more vitamin D and like it's just gonna people will either have had it or they'll have had the vaccine. So
I want to leave continental United States so bad.
aren't you outside the continental United States right now?
North
You
America
mean
is
North
still a
America?
continent, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean unless you
Yeah.
meant the North America continent.
No, I want to. Okay, how about this?
You don't want to be incontinent anymore.
No,
Uh,
I would like to visit Hong Kong. I would like to visit Japan. I would like to return back to the Philippines. I'm still scared of the entire African continent just because of the media, but like I want to visit like I want to go on a safari. And I want to go bar hopping somewhere in Africa. It's just watching YouTube videos. There's two places I'm scared to death of. Um, South Africa and Brazil. Like I watch so many like robbery videos and murder videos, and it's like I'm sure there's some beautiful places there, but man, they get a bad rep. So you could say the same thing about Chicago, but I'll go to Chicago, you know. But when it comes to like all of Brazil, like it notice how like my my ignorance is all of Brazil and all of South Africa. Like, it kind of sucks how media is able to like put that much fear in you that you disqualify the entire country. So
Yeah, I pretty much do that for almost every country. There's not many countries I'd feel probably super good about visiting, even though they're probably like 99% okay.
yeah, I used to go to Mexico like a lot. I don't know, ever since I got extorted, like um, I'll still go to Cancun, but that's about it. I don't go to Mexico City anymore.
Yeah, I think my list of countries that I would be like okay visiting is pretty slim. So like I think in Asia it'd be like Japan, Vietnam, and then like I mean
Laos,
in that realm, Australia, New Zealand,
not North Korea,
no.
not
Um,
not Indonesia.
obviously Canada in North America. I don't even really want to go to Mexico.
You would go to London though.
Yeah, I'm thinking around the world here. Yeah, so then you get into Europe, I'd go to England, Ireland, or sorry, the UK in general, France, Italy, Germany, Switzerland, pretty much that whole like center block of Euro countries, and then Poland. I would think about visiting any of the Norwegian countries, and that's pretty much it.
You pretty much left away the entire continent of Africa, the entire continent of South America.
and and uh, and a lot of Asia too. So,
You wouldn't go to China?
hmm?
You wouldn't go to China?
um, probably not. So there's a and don't take this isn't a racist
Okay.
comment, so don't take it that way. But a manager that I had once said that his dad gave him advice about travel, and he said, and I left out the Middle East too. But he gave him advice about travel. It said never go to the monkey countries.
Wow.
Which sounds super like racist on the thing, but he's talking about actual monkeys, like not any sort of racial. It's just it's yeah. I hate tiptoeing around it. He's talking about
Yeah.
like monkeys, because he's like I don't know if it's the idea is that they have more problems or there's just more capacity for disease. I don't know, but that pretty much coincides with with exactly my pattern for countries that I wouldn't want to go to.
That would be, well, you said monkey countries, but to me, that would be South America, Africa. Now, I would think like India.
Yeah,
Does India have monkeys?
I think they might. I don't know.
I
I
know they
think
have leopards, and I thought they had tigers.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I would maybe consider going to is it Nigeria? I think Nigeria is a pretty well developed country. I
Well,
don't know.
I mean, they have their own issues. I thought like I think Laos is the major city, but if you go to the outskirts, like in the north, I don't think they have a strong. I don't think the government has a strong consolidation of control or just strong control over there. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I would stay away from the nomadic areas or the rural areas. Go to Somalia.
Oh yeah. I'm basically living in it. No, there's actually a lot of Somali immigrants in Minnesota. So
Yeah, I know.
There's huge amounts in the Twin Cities and the
Well,
St. Cloud
Minnesota just
areas.
has a lot of Africans. Period.
Yeah,
I was in a wedding up there, and it was a wedding that was African American slash African. It was very interesting.
hmm.
It's weird how we're so different culturally. It's just weird. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Oh, between African Americans and Africans.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, but yeah, I would add like places I wouldn't want to go to Russia. Most of the Eastern Bloc. I'd go to Slovakia. I forgot about Slovakia. I had a coworker who, at my last job, was from Slovakia, and she talks very highly of Slovakia.
If if you could do it all over, right? You weren't married, whatever. Which country is ideal for the woman of your dreams? I have mine.
Ideal, like from or
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Um, I, probably this one. I don't know.
That's a safe answer.
Yeah,
Mine would be Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan.
I thought it was called Kazakhstan. It's pronounced Kazakhstan.
I think it's Kazakhstan,
Mine would be Kazakhstan.
isn't
They're
it? I
like
don't know. I
the
might be
perfect
wrong.
combination of Asian and like Russian. I have never seen an ugly Kazakhstani, so I would I would go there to find my wife.
Just Google ugly Kazakhstani and maybe it'll come up with no search results.
I don't even know how to spell it. Kazakhstan.
Or, yeah, KAZA8 or KAZAKH Stan.
Kazakhstan women. Okay, here we go. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Hold up, let me share my screen. Let me share my screen. Yeah, like I would go there. Oh, she doesn't look like she's from Kazakhstan. I watched her show some like nudity or something in here.
Yeah, be careful. My I think when I was younger, or not even when I was younger, but my dad always was telling me, he's like, I wish your brother should go and try to find an Eastern European girl. And his his uh his rationale was always because they likely have a PhD in physics and can cook.
Wow.
which, which is kind of true. I think that there's a lot of really bright Eastern European um,
Apparently,
women.
polygamy is decriminalized.
There's bright women everywhere. I feel like I have to walk on eggshells with everything. It'll get taken wrong, and I'll be canceled.
What with your Russian joke or your
What?
Eastern European joke?
Oh no, it's not a joke. I think my dad was actually serious about that. Like
I want to go to Kazakhstan. I'll probably be bored out of my mind there.
Kazakhstan.
I want this COVID to end so I can start traveling.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You don't want to go to Uzbekistan?
Is that a real country?
Yeah, it's right below Kazakhstan.
I didn't know
There's a
this.
whole bunch of the Stan countries on there: Turkmenistan and Taj- Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan.
No, thank you.
Jeez, man.
What
Isn't
else?
Kazakhstan where Borat was claiming to be from?
I don't
In
know.
Borat.
Uzbekistan.
No, he hates Uzbekistan. That was the shtick.
Well, what about would you visit Batakamos?
I don't know where Batakamos is. If that's even a real place.
You're probably too young to remember Perfect Strangers.
I think it was on. Um, I think it was on Nick at Night, maybe occasionally. I don't know. Is that
Fictional Hellenic island of Mypos, where he is eked out a living as a shepherd and dreamed of a better life in the United States. He's probably old now. I don't even want to look at it. I'll get depressed if I look at his current photo.
who? Is this no
Balky.
Melky? Oh yeah, no, I don't remember. Perfect Strangers.
This was 2012. All right. Yeah,
Well, anyways,
you could
yeah, I
tell this
suppose.
is where the mastermind session has evolved. All right. Well, it's been
uh,
real. I'll continue. I'll try to get a user interface up and running that now requires bank information and an address, and then wire that up so I could create a courier account that includes a payroll account for that courier so that when they make a transaction and they accrue commission, they can do a cash out and everything works and money is transferred to their external bank account, hence Chase Bank account or Bank of America or whatever like that. So that's what I'm going to try to get done by next Friday.
Sounds good.
All right, we'll catch up.
Good
Thanks.
luck. Yep. Bye.
See you.